Hello, shooters, loaders, and casters. Welcome to the Friday night live stream for Georgia Shooting Connection. We're glad you're here. We got a full panel tonight. We want to thank CW, Kingpin, AR, the Crazy Scotsman. Full panel tonight. We want to thank CW. My partner in crime, Mr. Kyle Lusk. Start us off, Kyle.
Glad to have everybody here. I can't see how many people are here, but I'm glad that all of you that are here are here.
Looks like 26.
Been a wonderful week. The weather's been not too bad. The weekend was a little rough. We got dumped with about, a foot of rain in 45 minutes on Saturday. But the week itself's been nice. It's been warm. It's been dry. It's been cool. Spring. This is our week of spring in Georgia, and glad to see everybody here. Who wants to go next? I'll see if I can point to them. Okay, nobody. So I'm going to nominate AR.
Hey everyone, slow week. Glad to be here. I'm honored and humbled. Basically nothing in the life of a retired guy this week. Enjoy the cool nights here in Georgia still. And,
Ain't gonna last long.
No, it's ramping up now. But whoever's next, either
You call it.
well, wrong way. Either one.
Glad it's Friday. Good to be here. Good to see everyone out there. Had a great day shooting with Daniel. We went through a whole bunch of different guns, including the BM15. The first round through that to make sure it runs good and no issues. And my AR9, my first AR9 that I put together, and had a couple feeding issues with it, and we can get into that later on. But other than that, it ran great. So we'll get into that later. Kingpin, you're up.
Good to see everybody tonight. Thank you for having me. And I don't know, let's talk about some reloading stuff.
Short and sweet.
Good deal.
Hello, everyone. Glad you're here. Glad to be here. I had a pretty uneventful week. I got some shooting done midweek and had some fun with that 708. Boy, that's shooting really good if you watch my videos. I'm really, really happy with that one. I got a couple new molds in the mail today, so I'll have a couple more videos coming out pretty soon on those. And weather's been normal for us here. We had quite a bit of rain over the holiday weekend, but this week's been normal. It warmed up today, but it's cooling off now. This weekend we're supposed to be hot. We're falling for 90s, which we haven't seen yet, so that's too much, but that's what it is.
We've had a couple of 90-degree days, but just a couple, and this time of the year, that's unusual for Georgia.
Sure is.
Global warming, climate change.
Yeah. Well, last summer we had a fairly mild, well, very mild summer for what we're used to, and I kind of blamed it on no cars being out on the road, so that was pretty cool. So Magnum PI down there adjusting his sunglasses. That's called he got such a bright future, boys.
Bright lights, man.
Yeah.
Future's so bright, he's got to wear shades.
Yep. Our broke loader, Walks Fletcher. How you doing, buddy?
I hate bright lights.
That's my buddy there, Roger. It's like riding a bicycle. I knew you'd get it.
Awesome.
Good deal, man. I'm assuming PC is powder coating.
Yeah.
All right, man. Uncle Jim too.
Oh my God, there's two of them.
That's a scary thought, ain't it?
Where'd the
All right.
other one go?
First topic for tonight, and it's going to throw y'all off a little bit because we were talking about it earlier. We didn't discuss this. What are you seeing in the stores? We gotta keep track of what we're seeing in the stores. I went to one of my local gun stores today, and I was looking for 410 shotgun shells for a friend of mine. You know, back in the day, you could pick up 410s anywhere and everywhere. They had about 8 boxes of double aught buckshot, 5 shots per box, $13.
So I stopped at Finn when I was down seeing Daniel, and 100 primers, $11.
Wow.
No,
Please, Lord, tell me that they're still sitting on the shelf.
well, they increased their limit. You can now have up to 500 now. So no, they're actually going off the shelf. But I wasn't doing that.
Well, that's what I was saying. Please tell me that you did not pay $11 for
No,
a
I
hundred.
was not. I was not doing that.
I will
So-
drive to Ohio tonight and smack you around, sir.
$11 is too much for 100 primers. How much should they cost?
Well, put it this way: they used to be $4.
Okay.
There were 3 cents a piece. Now they're well, almost 6 times that.
Right. That's ridiculous. But you know what? Some of these idiots are paying that while they keep charging it.
Now you guys generally buy your primers in what, the 1,000 packs, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, generally, yeah.
Not before this, I didn't. I bought them 5,000 at a time.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Depends where you go. You can buy in major bulk if you know where to go.
I've done that too, which is why I still have primers that I can use, and I'm not paying $11 for 100 primers.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be
Yeah.
surprised when 3 reloaders get together and make a bulk order. That's a lot of stuff. The guy showed up in front of my house, said, "You got a forklift?" I said, "Does it look like I have a forklift? It's my house." "Well, how are we going to get this off the truck?" "All right. Back a pickup truck up there and start loading it in."
But I'll tell you, the good thing is that there was multiple in there. There was CCI, there was Federal, there was Remington. So they're coming back, but the prices are still up there.
They're just gouging us.
You're breaking up.
1,000 primers for $200. Wow.
Yeah.
Is that my internet going out or?
No, you're good.
Sound good to
Okay.
me, man.
Scott's one was garbled on this end. Well, I had.
Wednesday, I met Julio at a local gun shop for us, about halfway between him and me. And I had gotten an email the day before, actually the evening before, that they had a big shipment of primers in and then a whole pile of powders. So we got there about 9 o'clock in the morning the following day. So not even just over 12 hours later. And there was no primers left. And I think there was maybe 6 or 7 pounds of powder.
Man, that's insane.
And the prices were good. I don't know what the primer prices were, but I know the shop, so I know they were fair. But the powder were, I think we both got a pound, and I think they were like $35, $34.99 a pound. So more expensive than the US.
If I were our need for primers, I would pay up to $45 for a brick because they're usually like 30 to 32. I would pay 45. I understand supply and demand. Trust me. I would pay that, but I ain't paying $200 for a brick of primers. I ain't doing that.
Well, that right there makes me look like an idiot for leaving a box of 1,000 on the shelf for when they were trying to add a price tag of $65.
I won't even pay that. I won't even pay that.
Maybe a month and a half ago, at a Cabela's, they were $54 a brick for number 41s. So they were 1 grip per person. So my wife and I each got one. And I didn't think that was bad because the 41s are always, $10 or $15 more than a regular brick. So at 55, that brings it down to about $40 or $42. And
It's not
we paid that before, so that was fine by me.
That's why I'm happy playing with shotguns right now. I got plenty of shotgun primers. I got shotgun primers overloading my reloading bench.
Well, see, that's the thing. You can't buy people that don't reload. They can't buy ammo for their rifles and pistols and stuff. Shotgun stuff there ain't a whole lot of shotgun ammo. Like what my Walmart has no shotgun ammo at all. But when you go to the store to look at guns, you can find guns. Guns ain't gonna do you no good without ammo. It's like having a brand new Cadillac sitting in the driveway with no gas in it.
That's right.
And it's like you go to the store nowadays, the stores are flooded with shotguns. You can buy just about any kind of shotgun you want, but the kind of shotgun they're trying to sell are the tactical ones with the 18 to 20-inch barrels. That would be good for a home defense type thing, but somebody like me, I want two barrels. I want a field barrel, like a 28-inch barrel that I can change chokes in, and then I want a 20-inch barrel to prop beside the bed at night. So what are you seeing up that way, Kingpin? As far as guns, ammo?
I don't buy ammo from the store. Generally, when I'm in the store, you can see a few boxes here or there, and it seems like it's pretty expensive. But most of the gun shops that I go to are kind of like hole in the wall type of gun shops. I don't really go to any of the big box stores. There's none of them around here. Walmart doesn't sell guns around here anymore. I mean, you got to go west of where I live at, I think, to find guns in a Walmart in Maryland. And then the gun shops, they got a bunch of old ARs set up on the wall on consignment that nobody wants, and some old kind of like rusty 270s and stuff laying around. But generally, anything they get in, it's gone. People just come scoop it up.
Let me tell you, for you guys that were hesitant about starting to cast your own stuff, or that kind of stuff, didn't want to, it wouldn't be cost effective, it wouldn't be anything. Now's the time, because let me tell you, there's some double aught buck right there. I'll snip those off, melt the rest of this back down, make another batch.
Wheeled and well armed, that's amazing right there. That in Atlanta you can buy 16 gauge shotgun.
16? I hadn't seen 16 gauge in 15 years.
Oh man, I see it every fall when it's getting close to hunting season.
I've got a 16 gauge. It's been sitting in the gun safe for 15 years because I couldn't find ammo for it. Nobody wants to sell the purple shells.
Big Al, my local Walmart sells guns. They just don't have any ammo to go with them.
And I don't shop at Walmart, so I'm just the last time I was in a Walmart was probably like 6 months ago, and I went in to, I think, grab a pair of socks, pack of socks or something. So whether Walmart says, I might not know.
I ain't lost nothing in a Walmart. And the reason I don't shop at Home Depot is because that's where my ex-wife works. I'm a Lowe's man.
What part of Atlanta does wheeled and well armed? Where do you live at?
Would you guys say that a pound of powder is kind of a waste of your time, or is that a good starting reference? Like, when you hear a pound of powder, what do you guys think? To me, that sounds like a lot.
It sounds like about, depending on the round, like 9mm, it sounds like 1,200 rounds. is what a pound sounds like, depending on your charge weight and what you're doing with it. But if you can find a 4 pound or even an 8 pound jug, once you determine what powder you like, you start looking for bigger jugs of it. The bigger the jug, the lower the price per pound. I mean, they're going to charge you $35 a pound for a 1 pound container. But if you buy it by an 8 pound container, it's going to be like $26, $25 a pound. So you need to know what powder you like and what your gun likes before you buy it in bulk. I mean, I've got a lot of powder stashed away, and I know exactly what charge I need to use because I know what my firearms will like. I'm not going to give any of that information away because we're live, but I've got 4 pounders and 8 pounders and all that, but I've got quite a few 1 pounders because I was just playing around with it.
A few years back, Hodgson offered little mini cans to try the powders out, and I thought it was a good idea, but you don't see them anymore. They fizzled out, so they must not have been a good seller because you don't see them anymore. But I thought it was a great idea to try a new powder without having to invest in a whole pound of something that you didn't like or are not going to use or whatever. But I guess people didn't like it because it's not around anymore.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is right now, if you can find a pound of powder just to try out, if your gun doesn't like it or you don't like it or whatever, I'm sure you got a buddy that'll near give you your money back for it. So I don't see a problem in buying a pound of powder if you want to try it out. I wouldn't buy a new powder, you know.
Hey, Jamie, throw up Bald and Curious comment. I think that says it best. He breaks it down.
I bought a bunch of 1 pound back in the Obama years, here and there, different types of powder.
Sorry, everybody, my frogs are active again.
And obviously, if you're loading shotguns, are you going to use the same powder as you would for a rifle and pistol, or is there a different powder for pistol, for rifle, for shotgun?
Yes.
There's some crossover, like pistol and shotgun. A lot of them will cross over, but by and large, not rifle.
Yeah, maybe if you're lucky, 100 Win Mag.
Yeah. And that's exactly right.
I loaded up a few for one of my coworkers. He brought me all the brass and some bullets and stuff like that, and he said, "Just load me up some to test, and I'll shoot him." He's ex-Navy, guy knows how to shoot, and it was. I forget what I was using, but it was like 67 grains. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, my big 350 eats 75 at a time. 358 Norma.
And I was being on the low side of the spectrum there, and I was like, "Here, well, you can try these." I went up a little bit.
There's the preacher man.
It depends on what powder you use as well. Like Tight Group is a very small charge powder. Same with Ramshot Silhouette as far as pistols go. It's a very low weight charge powder. Like Winchester 231 you'll use a little bit more powder, but maybe there's some things that happen that you like that you didn't want to use Tight Group for, or maybe you couldn't find Tight Group. It's a variant, but generally there's pistol powders, rifle powders, shotgun powders, and sometimes the pistol powders and shotgun powders can overlap because it's such a low charge.
Hey, Mark.
The powders work by burning rates, the amount of speed they burn at, the pressures they create. So you've got faster powders and slower powders, and you get the bigger cases, you need slower powders. So the rifles are using slower powders. The pistols, like a little tiny 32 ACP, couldn't possibly use the same powder as a 50 BMG because you couldn't get enough in there to make it work. So you need a faster burning powder that creates the pressures faster in the shorter barrels. So that's why there's different powders for such. But there's when you get into
speaking
casting,
about a 50 BMG, you're only going to get about 14 rounds per pound of powder. So if you're reloading 50 BMG, you need a 55-gallon drum.
when you get into cast bullets and rifles, there certainly is powders that'll work for all of them. And somebody threw up there. Unique is a good one. Unique is one of those powders that if you had nothing else, you could do everything you need to do pretty much with Unique powder. You could load shotguns, you could load pistols, and you can load rifles. And there's a few others.
And there's actually reloading data that's available on all that. You're not just having to guess.
So if you're reloading, say, the 50 BMG, just because it's the hot thing to talk about, wouldn't it just be better just to buy factory rounds since you've got to use so much powder and so much to put a round together?
When you reload it, it's about $6 a shot. If you were to buy it, it's like $11 a shot.
It's all relative.
Right. And the reason I figured it would be that way is because you hear people that load 9mm and they're like, oh, we really don't save any money. It's more for the knowing how to do it and figuring things out and all those kind of different things. And then the 50 BMG, obviously, you're not going to get a whole bunch of rounds out of a 1 pound.
It's the standard thing. You're not going to save any money, but you're going to shoot more.
Yeah, that used to be the thought. 9mm wasn't worth loading because you could buy it for, $6-8 of 50 rounds, but can't do that anymore.
Nowadays,
now it's a good thing to load for because it's too expensive just like everything else.
Same with 223. People used to go buy it because it was so cheap.
What is a 50 round box of 9mm? I don't even know because I hadn't bought one in 5 years.
I'll give you an example. I looked at they were out of 9mm, but I found 40 Smith & Wesson Federal, the big red boxes, which is apparently a new thing. 200 rounds, and I didn't even look at the weight of the bullets. 200 round box was $97.
Holy bat flaps. So it's essentially doubled in price, and they made you think you were getting a deal because it was in bulk.
Yes.
I used to buy the 100-round Winchester white boxes in 9mm just for the brass, and it was $9.99 for 100 rounds.
Yeah. Wow, Ocean. You're kidding me. A 50 round box of 9mm, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, they had some at the store that we were at. I think they were $29.99 or $34 or something like that. Yep. I don't remember the brand. I want to say Winchester white box.
I think I paid $18 for a last box of white box at Walmart a few years ago.
7.62 solid.
Damn, $24.99 for 50 rounds? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to switch to a 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum. It's cheaper. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and 223 is the same way, buck around.
Yeah, I hadn't priced any of that either.
And see, that might be what's going on because they can't stop us from getting guns and stuff like that. So they're just going to make it so
take advantage of us. That's what they're doing. They're taking advantage of us.
That's not too bad on that price.
Yeah, that's more than I'm paying. Because I remember when I could buy, and it ain't been that long ago, you get 9mm, like CW said, $10 for 50 rounds.
Hoppy's Hopo said he paid $14 to $20 for a 50 round ball. Somebody going for that round price.
Jamie, do you want to do that or do you want me to do that?
What?
Look in the side chat.
Big Al, $100, $130.
Up, up. Thoughts of an old soldier.
That
Yes. Well, thank you for posting it.
I didn't know that was going on, or I'd have donated.
Well, everybody in the side chat, and I think I know who's involved.
Look at that. Hold on, bro.
Went around everybody and got Sir Lee a new couch for the family in the new house. And on behalf of me, Jamie, Scotsman, AR, CW, and Kingpin, and along with everybody else, just want to say thank y'all for doing this.
Where you been, Jesse B?
He's been hiding.
Bro. All right, unique. 8 pounds at Powder Valley. All right. So I think MCK is either playing hooky from work or he's taking an extended break. Man, it's good to have all y'all out there right now. I tell you what.
48 right now.
I'm showing 49, but that's just numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what Rebels got going on. He's selling for $48.95 for 100 rounds, and that's with his normal markup at his store. And look at this one. I just got an ammo can of 400 rounds of Lake City 5.56 for $365. And
hang on, everybody. Turn your cameras on. We're gonna have to do some fancy dancing. Old soldier and family are in the house. Come on, let's see it. Let's see you fancy dancing. Come on. Hey, 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 new house. Nobody, really. Nobody wants to act stupid. There we go. Would you stop? I thought there was something going on when I didn't see a video from you this morning.
Yeah,
I
we
missed
I loaded up 100 708s 2 mornings ago, or 2 evenings ago. Just off the shelf. I didn't have to buy anything. Took it off my shelf, loaded it up.
I mean, I'm sure all of us still have some store-bought. Would you stop? Hey, I'm on the phone. I'm sure all of us have some store-bought ammo just sitting around, but we still, I'm sorry, Mike Hester. I'm sorry it's not that fancy. Should I put a tiara on?
Last time I bought green tips.
I'll have a little bit of store-bought ammo around, but I enjoy loading and shooting my own stuff, keeping that for a rainy day.
all right, here we go. Willie gets the prize for the evening.
Right.
Ridiculous.
Willie, I'll risk mailing you 50 for $65. Just kidding, FBI guy. I wouldn't do that.
Harm's out there.
Very good.
You see Harm's comment there, Jamie?
Huh?
You see Harm's comment?
Well, welcome in here, buddy.
Welcome, welcome.
Come on in.
Hello.
Pull you up a chair and sit down, bud. Would you stop? Goodness, not everybody in America wants to hear you bark.
He wants you to throw that frisbee.
She wants me to throw something.
I could tell. I used to speak dog.
I used to speak German.
Last time I bought green tip 5.56 from Israel to Midway a few years ago, I gave 420 rounds, $125 shipped free. Green tip.
That ain't bad at all.
It's a good deal. I wish I'd ordered more. look back on it.
I wish I'd known about that deal. I mean, I've got plenty of it, but you know, another 500 won't hurt. That's actually really good shooting ammo.
Yeah, we went shooting one day, and I pulled out some of that federal green tip at M885, I think is what they call it. The
Yeah,
162
855.
162 grain green tips. And Kyle's like, put that stuff up. That's too expensive to be shooting out here, man.
Well,
I think-
for where we were, there wasn't no need in doing it, but it does shoot very well.
Yeah, I think I paid like I paid less than $100 for 300 rounds. So compared to now, yeah.
Yeah, he whipped out that magazine. I said, "You better put that back in that damn bag. Here, I got some stuff we can shoot."
Yeah, and I got to work up loads and load me up a bunch. I probably still got a couple of thousand primers, small rifle primers. I need about 400 or 500 223 rounds and about 200 350 legends.
I might cast up in the morning while it's cool. Then when it gets warm, go into the reloading room and load up some 223 and some 9mm.
Hey, Big E, let's talk about that right there. Since you brought up me shooting water jugs, .357 Magnum. I've been saving water jugs since he sent me them bullets, and I got about 15 of them by now. And let me show you what I got. The other boxes I got some of these. These are my regular old Lee bullets. I got those loaded up. I got these hollow points loaded up that CW Longshot sent me. And let me see what I got. And I got I think that's 13 grains of Shooter's World Heavy Pistol. And these, I got 12 and a half grains in these, in the lead. Then let me go get those and I'll tell you about my recipe for them. So we're going to try to catch bullets. And my brand new next door neighbor who just moved in on last Saturday, he's up for trying to help us do this, and me and Jay's going to probably get out early in the morning and do that. Pick the neighbors up with gunfire at 8:30 in the morning, nothing like it, right? But yeah. So let me stop my camera and I'll go ahead and get this other box I got loaded up. And I ain't going to shoot but one or two of them a piece, cause
come on, baby girl.
And this is I got one of those little tables, and I'm gonna try to put them 3 wide on there and stack them forward as far as I can get them, and those are gonna be moving. So yeah, let me get those.
I like that loading block.
Yeah, you've been on my butt since you sent me them bullets, Big E. What do you expect? I'm gonna show off a new toy when I do that. Of course, it's probably not new no more. Yeah, look at that. All right, Big Al, hurry back if you can. All right, let me find this other box. Hold on, y'all carry on. What am I doing? Keep hitting the wrong button. I know nothing.
You know enough to get in trouble. That's what you know.
Yeah. So that AR worked good there, Scotsman?
Yep, flawless.
I saw the video come up, but I haven't watched it yet.
Yep, no issues, run good. I had Daniel shoot it, so everyone could see it wasn't me, finagling the video. No
Anything
issues with it.
for parts in that thing?
What's that?
Anything special for parts in it?
Yeah, I can go. There's Oldenworks stock, Oldenworks Zulu stock, Bear Creek, 18-inch fluid bull barrel, 223 wild bull barrel, Gorilla machine and handguard, Aero Precision lower, with a James Madison Tactical Black Ops trigger. You have a dang it, what's the name of that one? Hold on. Put the Faxon bulk carrier group in there. Strike Industries charging handle. Yeah, so some good stuff in it.
Yeah, sounds like it.
All right, I'm going to show y'all these, and then I'm going to go through the side chat. All right, let me see if I can make this go big. Let me stop Big E from laughing at me. Okay, these are Chico's hollow points. Can you focus? No, obviously not. Anyway,
There you go.
all right, this is 10.3 grains. They're about 180 grain bullet, and there's 10.3 grains of shooter's raw heavy pistol, Winchester powder, Winchester primer. Then I got these bad boys from Big E. These are, I think he said they're Remington, and I did a good bit of study on that one for my other laptop crapped out. This is the Remington 125 grain semi-jacketed hollow point. See, if I put my hand up there where it'll focus, I can't see the screen. So, but that is that's 14.3 grains, which is still a grain under the maximum. And out of a 20-inch barrel, like my Rossi 92, that should be about 1,900 feet per second. Stop that. And then out of a 6-inch barrel, it should be 1,453 feet per second. And out of my 4-inch barrel, it should be 1,252. And out of the 2-inch barrel, it should be 886 feet per second. So one of the reasons I want to do it Kingpin, the reason the velocity goes down as the barrel gets shorter is because the longer barrel gives more time for the powder to burn up and push the projectile out. So you also see in that composition that a heavier bullet requires less powder to make a full pressure load. So we got OCD out there, and we got Eagle Eye Shooting. Let me run down the side chat. One of them did Big E. Of course, we got Big E out there. We got James Pollard, Eagle Eye Shooting, Ocean 374, Pony _47, Lakeview Outdoors, OCD Outdoors. Kingpin is in the house. Daniel God is my judge. Lakeview MCK, 6-shooter Texan, Georgia Boy 44, Tim S, Andy 79Z28. I'm repeating. G. Pishner, Edward Petty, JCM 45, Willie Bullet Man, Big Al. He had to leave, but he'll come back. Jesse B Outdoors. Been a while since we've seen Jesse. Man, it was great to see a video from him this week. Walks Fletcher, Papa's Place. What's going on? Kyle Lusk is in the panel. On the panel. Y'all got comments out here I hadn't even seen. We got CW Longshot on the panel. And I think I'm repeating myself. There's Mike Hester, the Crazy Scotsman. Harm, what's up? Glad you're back, brother. Mr. Pollard, Sergeant Devil Dog. Wheeled and well armed. We're gonna have to go down and visit him, Kyle. He's here in Georgia. Got thoughts of an old soldier, bald and curious. Lakeview Outdoors. I think I done said him. Did I say bald and curious? Idaho Rogers USMC. 6-shooter Texas. And I'm all the way back to 828. So welcome in, guys. We're glad you're here. We're glad you guys showed up. So I think we're talking in the side chat. They're talking about that ATF registry.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Jamie.
Okay.
You just mentioned. I guess there's two questions. You kind of answered it before, but if the easy question would be the first one: if your load calls for 7 grains and you put 8 in there, is that a massive difference? And then the real question is: you had mentioned a heavier projectile takes less powder to get up to the velocities that you're looking for. That seems kind of backward. Wouldn't a lighter wouldn't if you had a heavier projectile, wouldn't you need more of an explosion to send it down, just because of physics of it's heavier?
Can I give the legal disclaimer?
He asked me this, and I'm going to answer it. And then, everybody will give their opinion. We'll go around the room. So that is exactly what I thought before I got so deep into reloading. I'm thinking, man, if you got them 180 grain bullets in 30-06, you got to have a big old massive charge. Well, first of all, we've come to accept the fact that a heavier bullet is going to be moving at a slower velocity, but it's also going to create more energy at a slower velocity, low and slow, and then light and fast. Those are the two things that produce that. All right, what we're talking about here, and Rebel hit the nail on the head. You got to remember that velocity, speed, is a result of pressure. Without pressure, nothing's going nowhere, and that bullet's going to sit right there in that chamber. And let's get that one up there. It's not velocity, pressure. Velocity is the result of pressure. And then I lost it. There it is. Heavier bullets require less powder because of the pressure. See, the heavier bullet is going to stay still longer. It's going to take more pressure to get it moving to begin with. And then as that pressure, once it starts moving, that pressure is built up. And did I say that right?
Yeah, absolutely. That makes perfect sense right there. Absolutely.
And bigger bullets take up case space, so there's not as much room to put powder in that case. Go ahead, W. I know you're chomping.
The old school black powder was that way. You needed more powder to make things go because it was an explosion. You were propelling that black powder. You put black powder in a pie and light it, it goes poof. It explodes. Where smokeless powder just sizzles. So smokeless powder is working with pressures that everybody's talking about. So when you have a set confined amount of space and a set amount of powder, that produces enough gas and pressure to propel the bullet at the desired velocity. When you put a bigger bullet in, and again, this is just rehashing what Jamie said, you put a bigger, heavier bullet in, it's a longer projectile, so it takes up powder capacity. So you're raising the pressure for the same amount of powder because you've got less area to build that pressure. So you have to use less powder to keep the pressure within the parameters designed for that caliber. If I didn't confuse you.
And see, Ball makes a good point right here too. It's less powder, but the same pressure. See, your firearm is rated. There's a SAMI rating of how much pressure a particular firearm can handle, and so you got to keep your pressure constant. And so to do that, when we get, yeah.
Legal disclaimer. The Georgia Shooting Connection does not condone any non-published load data being used at the range. If you're going to reload, you should have at least 2 different sources of load data. Form your own opinion on which way you want to go and make sure that it's in the published load data.
Now, if you're looking to get, when you're talking about heavier bullets, you're talking about, at, say 55 grain to 62 grain, that kind of heavier.
Yes.
All right. So now, do they require different molds, or are you just using a different technique, I guess, or how I guess you would need a different mold for a 62 grain than you would for a 55 grain, right?
Yes.
It has a different size cavity, to create a longer bullet that's heavier.
And that goes all the way up from 115 grain, 127 grain, like all the different 9mm. You'd need a different mold for each grain weight.
Yep, and bullet style.
Correct. Now, back in the old days, they made these bullets they made molds that had different little grooves in them, almost like what we would refer to as a kind of like the tumble loop design in the Lees. And CW, you'd know more about this than I do, but I've seen diagrams of molds that will show you at those grooves, if you cut them right there, how much they weigh at that particular point. Now, I don't know if that's what that, yeah. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Kingpin, I know it seems extremely backwards, but you back up to math, because math is the universal language. All right, it takes 3 psi to move this thing that far. Okay, so you put a heavier thing there, but you still want to be 3 psi. You're going to have to use a little bit less air. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was thinking of it as, I guess, what's the word? I guess terrestrial, like extraterrestrial, not extraterrestrial, more terrestrial, if you will. Howdy, Mario, more better, as opposed to thinking about the physics of it. I was just thinking, you got a 20-pound basketball and you got to move it 5 feet, you're going to have to push it really hard. And if you got a 100-pound basketball, you're going to have to push it really, really hard. So the chemistry and the physics behind it is what I wasn't thinking about, but you guys explained it perfectly.
Yeah, but I mean, think about the difference between a 20-pound basketball and a 100-pound basketball, as long as they still fit in the barrel. One of them's going to be longer than the other.
Well, so that's what I was leaving out, was the chamber, the
Yeah, it's going to take up
explosion
more
in
room.
in a contained space, as opposed to the basketball is in open air and the only thing really working on it's gravity.
Right. Yeah. You have to deal with what you're starting with before you can deal with what you're ending with, which is the beauty of being able to reload your own cartridges because you can watch what happens when you change 1/10 of a grain of powder.
like Mike's talking about here. And it in 300 blackout, small case, fast pistol powder, 1/10 of a grain makes a lot of difference, especially when you're using those heavy bullets and loading subsonic rounds, which I do too.
Exactly.
But yeah,
But that was a great question, and thank you for asking it because if you didn't ask it, you might have done something that might not end up good.
powder companies do, Jesse, but a lot of the well, Hornady, for example, wants you to pay for load data on their website. And Miss Kitty's out there talking about how great mathematics is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Yes,
Yeah,
it's universal language. You win. Okay.
so is music.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would you say, especially at the level you guys are at now, thinking back to when you first started and then maybe even before, would you say that reloading, and this may sound kind of corny, but would you say reloading's made you better at life in general because of how calculated you have to be and how, inventive and all this other kind of stuff and fly by the seat of your pants to fix this because it just broke kind of stuff? Because reloading has got you into that, and when you go shopping you put that same kind of thought process in, or is that just kind of stupid?
No, you make a very valid point. Me being a mechanic for the last 30 years, um, I knew how to do this, knew how to do that. When it came to reloading, I didn't know anything. And it because I made a lot of mistakes at first. And if I'd have just taken the time to read the dang book, as they say, I wouldn't have made those same mistakes. It's taught me to be a lot more careful in a lot of aspects of my life because a little bit can go a long way. And I've transitioned that throughout a lot of different aspects of life.
Okay, Kyle, I'm gonna have to defend you right there, buddy. Now I read 2 or 3 books before I started, but understanding what they're talking about really don't soak into your brain until you actually get 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 behind the press and start reloading it, taking it to the range and seeing the difference.
Right. And everybody here has made mistakes. There ain't nobody on this panel or nobody in this side chat that reloads that don't have a wall of shame.
Absolutely.
We all do. So what's your take on it, Scotsman? You want to jump in this debate?
Well, we say this all the time. Reloading is therapy, and if reloading doesn't make you more relaxed and teach you some patience, if you don't have any, you're gonna screw something up.
Yeah, you get in a hurry, you're gonna mess up. And hopefully you see it before you go to the range and try to shoot it.
Well, I'm sorry you're having trouble, Ocean. We'll have to see about that.
Yeah, Eagle Eyes got a very good point there as well.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna clean up my brand new slug mold. I'm gonna start casting some with it. I'm gonna cast up some other stuff, and then in the afternoon, I'm gonna come in here in the reloading bench where it's nice and cool, and I'm gonna start loading some stuff up. Just get some music going and just relax.
Oh, me. Speaking of that, Echo, you know what I had on today at work on the YouTube? I had, y'all remember that movie Urban Cowboy?
Mm.
I had,
Mm-hmm.
I had that on. Last week we had a movie called Kingpin on.
Yeah, boy.
It's a good movie, man.
I like that movie, man. I did. I had forgotten how funny and good that movie really was. But anyway, that ain't what we're talking about. Uh,
Man, now you make me want a White Russian. I mean the drink.
I don't know about all that. Look at there, Echo. Hey, y'all, and that movie made a big star out of that one dude. Oh golly, I was fixing to say his name, and then it just went. I have
Was it? It wasn't
Randy
Kevin
Quaid.
Bacon.
y'all know that. Golly, man,
You talking about Randy Quaid?
no, I'm talking about
Travolta?
Urban Cowboy.
Travolta? Who was in that? I thought it was Travolta.
I'm talking about a singer. You remember that song "Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places"?
Oh yeah,
Every
Johnny.
time, Johnny Lee.
Yeah.
All right. Every time I hear that song, what flashes in my mind is Saturday Night Live.
Looking for nub and all the wrong
Wrong
places.
place.
Looking for nub.
Looking for love.
That's back when Saturday Night Live was funny.
Yeah, yeah. Eddie Murphy, man. I mean, dang.
It used to be funny. I'm sorry for you younger viewers that say Saturday Night Live's a bunch of crap. No, it used to be funny. It really did. We
Look at
all
the
used to watch it.
Look at the comic stars that came out of that. So yeah.
Mhm.
Should you good hot gun? Shotgun hulls for reloading. Been debating on reloading for shotgun. All of them are good as long as they're not blown out. I wouldn't be going through the fields sorting red ones, green ones, blue ones, and pink ones. Just make sure they're all 12 gauge.
That Tread guy, man. Rebel got it too, man. Speaking of which, where is Tread? I ain't seen
I
him.
haven't seen him.
I sent him a message on Discord earlier.
Then you had Eddie Murphy. Aunts, Tice, few times a maid.
Oh boy.
Oh, that was some good stuff back in the day, man.
Butt week, greatest hit.
Oh my goodness. That's what, 1989 or something?
Something
92
like that.
maybe? Oh my God. Aunts, Tice, few times a maid.
When it was
Wait a
the
minute.
original.
If you call right now, you'll get the bonus. But we sings.
I think Walks, I think the original cast of Saturday Night Live was the best.
And,
All out.
Chevy Chase and Bill Murray and
Yeah.
Garrett Morris and Gilda Radner. Oh man, they were fantastic. That was the best stuff.
BPJ, we're glad you're here, man. But we had a fairly in-depth discussion about powder and bullet weight related to pressure and all that kind of stuff.
And you had Steve Martin. It also got funny again when David Spade, Adam Sandler, and Chris Farley came in because it was right behind Eddie Murphy and Chris Rock. They kind of filled in the gap. Now it's nothing but I don't know. I hadn't watched it in 10 years.
Okay, I want to back to
I'm Gumby, damn it.
AR, you got anything you want to add to our discussion about heavy bullet? I know, Kingpin.
No, you all covered it pretty much. So,
He don't want no part in this.
heavier bullet creates less powder, slower movement creates more pressure, more bigger the bullet.
Yeah, heavier bullet creates more pressure. Therefore, you can't put as much powder in the cartridge to achieve the same pressure. You will overpressure it, and that's when stuff goes kaboom.
Mhm.
What's up, Stewart County
There
Ballet?
he is.
Glad to see you in here, my brother. My Tennessee brother, just north of here. I'm gonna
Where's
get up
Stewart?
there and
Where's
visit
Stewart County?
Tennessee.
Well,
north northwest of Nashville, I think, a little bit.
oh, northwest of Nashville. Okay.
I think. Am I right, Stewart?
So Clarksville area?
I can tell you one thing: they have a Rural King there, because he's always showing what he scores at the Rural King. Okay, this is a good question. Jason Stewart wants to know at what stage of brass prep for pistol do we store your brass? I pretty much deprime mine and clean it and then store it till I
That's
get
me.
till I get ready to um, till I get ready to load it, because I typically do it on a progressive press, and all of the other steps can be done on there.
Same here.
I keep it at all stages. I got buckets full of it that haven't been touched. I got buckets full that have been cleaned. Buckets full of it that have been deprimed and ready to go. And only a few small amounts fully prepped and primed, ready to be reloaded. And that's only for calibers that I use a lot, because I know I'll need a box of bullets for something. So I'll keep it ready.
I do that sometimes too, CW.
Yeah, sometimes we'll even go so far as to have it everything done and even primed and in an airtight thing, and then all you got to do is just
Yeah, I don't like keeping them primed. I don't like that.
I
I've
don't.
got I've got buckets of dirty stuff, which usually amounts to these big Folgers cans, or actually, sorry, 5 gallon buckets of brass that needs to be cleaned, and I'll deprime them real quick and get a tumbler, wet tumbler full, and then I keep them in these Folgers cans, but I do not store them primed because I live in Georgia. It goes from very wet to very dry in the same week, and I don't trust a Folgers can to be able to, keep them safe. And I'm not going to vacuum pack them. So
Who did we lose? Scott.
Looks like Scotsman.
yeah, we lost the crazy Scotsman.
Well, he needs to come back because I got something for him.
Good night, Jesse.
Stewart County Ballistics. I want you to get on YouTube and do a search for "We're Not the Jet Set" by Champy Wynette and George Jones, and listen to the first few words of that song before they start actually singing. And it's gonna mention Rome, Georgia, and Paris, Tennessee. No, maybe is it Paris, Texas? I can't remember. That was the '60s, y'all. I can't remember that. Okay, Scotsman, if you're available, come back, man, and I want to show you something. And if you're not here in a few minutes, I'm gonna show all these other guys, because you're probably gonna want to check this out, man. I got a deal for y'all. I've been doing my Chico Wise imitation.
Is this the SCOPE?
Yes.
Ozark Spirits in the house.
What's up, Ozark?
I was looking at that and I was like, damn it, now I got to buy another rifle.
Okay, here you go, Scotsman. I know you've been looking for a scope. I think I found you a deal.
Yeah, it's a good deal on a great scope. It really is.
Hope you like it.
You want me to text him a link? I think I still got it.
Can y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There you go. So that's your Athlon Argos. And that's pretty kicking price on that scope. What do you think about that one, CW?
I still don't have an Athlon. Only that turns me off on that one is that big honking knob on the ocular lens there. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I'd like to try one. One of these days I'll get one.
That was some great music back in the 60s, Stuart.
Sure was, yeah.
Yeah, they don't have Fox 97 anymore. I love that radio station.
Yeah, I remember it.
You were just talking about the Georgia, and obviously Georgia weather is different than Maryland weather, different than Michigan weather. Do you find when you guys are casting, the leads are different in different regions of the country, or is it all like if you get lead from Washington State, it's the same as if you got it from Florida?
I can attest to this. No, it is not. I'm dealing with straight up wheel weights from my local stores around where I work and where I live. And I've heard from a bunch of people because I've sent a bunch of people a bunch of bullets. They're like, what's the hardness on this? And I don't know. Hard enough. Like, this is like 18 to 20. What did you do? Like, I melted wheel weights. What? Because in California, Arizona, that kind of stuff, their wheel weights aren't that hard. We've got some extremely hard wheel weights. I don't know why. But I've heard that from a lot of people that over here, Georgia wheel weights are something to be proud of.
Think it's got anything with this to do with the snow and the salt over here?
Well, there's different kinds of lead. There's all different kinds of lead. Lead is not just lead. It's pure lead, or you've got lead with tin in it. You've got lead with antimony in it. You've got harder leads. There's all different kinds of lead. But pure
And
lead is
arsenic
pure lead.
and all kinds of other stuff. Yeah.
So it depends on what you're talking about when you say lead. So that's what it. But definitely, even wheel weights. Everybody says, "Oh, wheel weights are this," or range scrap is one that always makes me chuckle. You read on some of the forums, and guys will say, "Oh, range scrap is always 12." Well, it's not. Yours might be, and maybe if you averaged everybody, if you could possibly do such a thing, you might come up with a number. But it depends on what's shot into it. If you've got guys that are buying real hard cast stuff and shooting that, it's going to be a lot harder than 12. And if you've got guys that are just shooting 22 rimfire, it's going to be a lot softer than 12. So it just depends on what goes in it.
Yeah, I was thinking kind of along the lines of like the wheel weights and stuff you pick up off the street in the parking lot kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's no government sanctioning, anything that requires wheel weights to be XYZ. I was starting to say there, Willie sent me some of those 250 grain long skinny ones. And he said, "Oh, I quenched them. They're real hard. Check them out for me, will you?" And I got around to cutting one in half and filing it down and checking it. And I think I'm still waiting on it because it was fresh cast. But last I checked it, I believed it was 8 or a 9, and that's supposed to be pure wheel weights. And that's the BHM number, and it's pretty soft.
Trust me, I have to work and add stuff to my alloy to make it 8 or 10. It's usually 16 to 20.
Yep, and they're both wheel weights.
That's just stick or clip on
California
wheel
compared to Georgia. So, yeah, they're not the same.
Like when I was making those hollow points, I had to find I dug through a bunch of 5-gallon buckets to find stick-on wheel weights to melt it down, to dumb the hardness down.
Stick-on wheel weights are usually very soft, just a little harder than pure.
Right. Yeah, they're like a 10, I think. But yeah, I had to work really hard, and actually, I will give the man props, even though I don't have anything against him. But I'm gonna give the man props. Loads of bacon helped me out with that. He goes, you need to dumb your alloy down and slow down when you're casting. I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense. And he goes, just trust me. And so I dumb the alloy down with straight on stick on wheel weights, and then I'd wait like, I don't know, 45 seconds before I'd crack the sprue plate, and they'd come out perfect. And he goes, now wait 30 seconds before you fill it back up. I'm like, but that's letting the mold cool off. He goes, really? You're having problems and you're asking somebody for help that knows how to do it, and now you're arguing with them. But he was right. He was right. I dumbed it down and took a lot longer to do them, and I started up with perfect bullets. I mean, this is out of a NOE 44 Magnum hollow point mold, and they were beautiful. But I ruined probably 300 bullets before I reached out to him and like, how can I fix this? And he had the answer. So, I mean, within this community, there's a lot of information, and some people know certain things about certain things. And he actually helped me out on that one, and I appreciate that. I'm sorry about my frogs. Hang on.
They sound totally different tonight. They sound like somebody's breathing into a microphone.
No, they're here.
Yeah, well, I thought that was a good deal on that scope.
Yeah, I guess Kenny don't like it.
Kenny don't like it. Scotsman doesn't like it either.
I just don't like the knob on there, but I don't care for illuminated reticle scopes.
Well, that knob is for
Yeah, the illumination.
and I'm sure I probably won't be using the illumination.
Well, I want a mil dot scope, because that makes the math very easy.
Well, this particular one is MOA.
Right. Everything that I have that finds range is mil dot, and I don't want to have to whip out a calculator and an abacus and all that stuff to figure out how many clicks to put into the scope. I'm sorry, I was raised on NATO stuff. I started out shooting MOA stuff, quarter inch at 100 yards. Mm-hmm. But when you're range finding and you figure out it's 380 yards away and you got to dial up your scope, I don't know how many clicks that is on the MOA. I'm going to have a calculator to figure it out. With a mil, you can go, okay, yeah, I got it. And dial it in and boom.
Kyle, isn't it less turning of the dial too on mil scopes?
Hang on one more time, sir.
Okay. Is it less turning on the turret on the?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's less turning on the turret, and you know where you need to go with just your head, because everything's in multiples of 10.
Right.
I need to go 19. Got it. Done.
I'm gonna do mil scopes.
If you've never been trained on a mil dot scope with mil dot turrets, you're gonna think that everything's just crazy, because that's the way I was when I went into the Army. I'm like, this is stupid.
Good night, Kingpin.
And then you get a damn steel-toed boot right to the head. You need to quit remembering everything that you ever knew. This is what you need to learn right now.
What you think you knew.
So what does it tell you to do? I'll dial up 10, left 2. Then do it. Pull the trigger. Bullseye. He goes, I'm not a fan of the metric system either, but this is a lot easier. and he wasn't wrong.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to mill dot in the future.
I'm telling you, it lets you, if you're hunting or anything like that, or if you're in a competition shoot, there's all kinds of distractions, and your heartbeats higher, and there's all kinds of distractions, and it just makes sense for you to go up 10 over 2, got it, and you
Mhm.
dial up 10 over 2, pull the trigger, there you go, done deal.
They have reticles now where mill dot, you don't even have to even turn the turret. You just go to the dots.
Oh,
But the trimmer,
that's a way too busy reticle.
yeah,
Oh
it is
my good.
busy.
What is it? The
Trimmer
not
3.
SARS, but oh, what is it? It's got all the lines going everywhere with all the marks on. Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
too big. No. Give me a crosshair. Tell me where I need to put it.
Christmas tree?
You like the
Christmas tree
simple.
reticles?
Yeah,
Yeah, some of
the
them.
bottom half of the reticle is full of just crap.
Oh, yeah.
If you ask
Looks
me.
like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, with leads and holdovers and everything else.
Yeah, I'm not into that. You tell me the wind, you tell me the distance, and I'll put the bullet where it needs to go. But it took a long time for me to unlearn MOA. And now everybody, when we go shooting, because I meet up with a lot of people a lot of times to go shooting, and they got MOA scopes, and here, zero this. Oh, shit. Because it's just not the same. And I'm not used to it anymore.
Those two new ones I picked up are mill. So it'll be different working with those.
The one I bought from Kenny, the Arkin, it's mill, and I'm kind of afraid I'm going to like that because all my others are MOAs.
Well, it depends on how
Okay.
much you're going to be cranking on the turrets too. There's guys who just use their reticles, and there's guys that use the turrets. So
Let me talk to Big E right quick for a minute. No, sir. Mine were mil dot reticle, mil dot turrets. If it would have been the other way, I'd have ripped their shit off and put my scope on there.
Mike Hester says MOA is finer. You might
Yeah.
think that.
Depends on what distance you're talking about, sir.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about 50 yards. Because I promise you, mills are a lot smaller.
Yeah, either system, you dial it in, it hits where where you want to hit it at.
All I'm asking for is a scope that'll shoot where I tell it to go. I don't care if it's MOA or whatever, but it's a lot less math to do mill because everything's base 10.
That's what I'm afraid of, OCD. I'm afraid I'm going to be uh, giving all them MOA ones away and buying a bunch of new ones. Kenny, I'll try to call you tomorrow, buddy. We'll talk about that.
Jamie was right there with me, took a cold bore 308, dialed my dope into the scope, and I shot, and it was 1 inch to the right. I did not compensate for the wind because I didn't look at the flags. And I made a couple of clicks. Next thing you know, everybody wants to shoot my rifle so they can hit 1,000 yards. And I'm like, yeah, this is longer range, but it's not long range. I mean, you want to lob it in there like a football? Here we go. Which, I mean, 1,300 yards is about maximum effective range for a 308. But my first shot was 2 inches to the right. I fixed it in the scope. Second shot, dead center. And even 243 outdoors looked over at me and like, good shot. And I'm like, that's just shot. I want the bullet to go where I tell it to. But I wasn't accounting for the wind at the other end of the course. I'm sorry about them frogs, guys. Hang on.
And the beat goes on, the debate goes on, MOA versus mill. So yeah, I can see advantages and disadvantages in both, but I think I'm really going to like that mill scope. If I ever get to go out and play with it.
You can get that little Mill Dot Master card? Kyle knows more about this than I do. It's a little card you can slide.
What's cool about the Mil.Dot MasterCard is it's got a little loophole in there you can hang an empty brass case from. It'll give you your angle of elevation as well. Oh, I'm very familiar with it. Oh my God, these frogs. Sorry, hang on.
I'm gonna buy one, get it, learn it.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. We'll talk, Kenny.
Is Ozark throwing hammers there, Jamie? Did you send him an email?
I'll send him a link.
K24. Minute the pipe late.
All right, brother. Yeah, I know that's right. Minute of pie plate. I hear you.
I knew an old military guy I had here, a roommate years ago. He was 70. He would do the pie plate before he go hunting. That's all he cared. He could hit it.
I know I've asked you this 1,500 times, but where remotely, give me an idea, where are you at, AR?
If you look on a map, I'd be between Athens and Stone Mountain, almost near Athens.
Okay, cool. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Loganville?
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, that's an old commercial.
Yes, it is.
Back from the 80s, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
80s.
There he is.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, hi. Those tree frogs, I love them.
Yeah.
Go in the house.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to thank everybody sent me texts today. You know, it warms my heart for folks to think about me and, you know, losing Susie a couple years ago. And I just wanted to say in person, thank you, everyone.
I can't believe it's been 2 years, man.
Oh, I know it.
Well, then again, you got to think about it. Nobody remembers 2020. I mean, that sumbitch is gone.
Yes. It's going to be like a skip on the record, I hope, in about 10 years.
I can't believe it's been 2 years. Oh, my God. I've known you for that long? Jesus.
It's been longer than that, Kyle, unfortunately.
I know. Shut up.
I got the house about 95% packed up. All I've got left is a garage and digging stuff out. Look what I found today.
Ooh, can I help?
Oh, some Uncle Jim's beer. The day Hurricane Irma hit Florida.
Oh shit!
Cheers. This was brewed in 2017.
Ooh,
It's like bourbon. The older it gets, the better it gets.
I'm telling you.
Look at that comment.
Yeah, Mike likes to poke.
Mike, I'm with CW.
He likes
I
to
was
poke.
thinking,
I know
I
what
don't need
grits
grits.
are.
I don't eat grits. You know,
You don't
smother
eat grits.
You smother grits in butter and syrup. You know what it tastes like? Butter and syrup.
Who said they don't eat grits?
Me.
Get out of here, Jamie. Exit stage left.
Well, you know, you doctor them up with cheese and shrimp and everything else. They're pretty good. It's kind of like rice, but you know,
I ain't
as far as like
opposed to just
breakfast grits,
eating a little bit of grits.
breakfast grits, forget about it.
Man, you cook you a good runny ass egg, man. They ain't nothing better. Sop it up with a biscuit. Shit, that's breakfast. Go mow the grass.
2 key words there: runny ass.
Oh goodness.
But yeah, it's been a crazy 2 years.
I can't believe it's been 2 years. But then again, like I say, I don't think anybody remembers 2020. Hell, didn't nobody do nothing.
Nope, man, this is a crazy month for me. My house is sold. I'm buying a new house. We closed on both of them on the 18th. Twines went on the market today. And between today and tomorrow, she's got 14 showings.
Damn.
It's like, holy cow.
I wish I could buy that place and be a little closer to y'all, but I'm pretty set up where I'm at here.
Uncle John, you're not missing anything.
Oh, yes, you are, buddy. You ain't lived, boy.
I'll eat grits off my wife's back. Never mind.
When she'll stop long enough.
Them northerners like to put sugar in their grits and grape jelly and butter and everything else. They add so much shit to the grits that it ain't grits no more. Might as well use it for pancake batter.
Grits are just hominy that's been dried, ground up, and re-boiled again.
Sausage gravy on buttermilk biscuits.
Now
you a man after my heart.
You stir them up in some sausage gravy, and I'll be happy. It tastes like sausage gravy.
Well, I ain't saying I'm just eating grits by itself. I mean, what self-respecting Southerner does that?
Cream of wheat.
What?
No, Baltimore maybe, but not cream of wheat.
No, cream of wheat does not count. I'm going to go full Uncle Jim here. No, bad. No.
Well, cream of wheat if you're loading wide cutters with a unique, right? You need the case fill.
Me being from the South, I'm very great with grits. I can't stand cream of wheat. I don't care if you flavor it or not. Oh my God! I mean,
to me, they're all
hell is this shit?
You know,
this is them cattle food. Is the way I look at it.
You taste what you add to them. That's the way it looks like to me.
Yeah, and they probably don't put pineapple on their pizza either.
Now, scrapple, brains and liver together. You can have that stuff.
Y'all are too funny.
That's a Kentucky dish right there, that scrapple crap.
I was about to say, you ain't from the South, boy.
Northern Tennessee, Kentucky,
You ain't never been hungry.
Yeah, you got me real hungry. Now, you get me a sack full of chicken gizzards, and I'll be happy. I'll shut up for a while because I'm eating.
Or you can keep your gizzards. I'll take the livers.
No, I'll eat either one, but
I figure if I eat enough livers, that'll help mine, and I'll be able to filter more.
You ever do red eye gravy on grits?
Hell and yes.
Mm-hmm.
that's another one. Old coffee and old ham. Red eye.
Well,
Gravy.
what I was about to say, what you'd like, Ozark, is you got coffee, ham, tomatoes. You know, well that's the way I was brought up on it. Put some tomatoes in there and cook everything down and all that, and that's red eye gravy. That's what my grandmother said. That's what makes it the red eye. The coffee just makes it the white eye.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm losing control. Kyle, please go inside. Them frogs are driving me insane.
No.
All right, hang
You know
on.
Kyle, you know one thing I will eat is the frog legs.
I can't catch them. Blue does all that.
Those tree frogs or something else.
That's why Waffle House popular. That's why they have hash browns too.
Scattered, covered, smothered, and chunked.
Yep.
Double smothered in cheese. Dang. Mike Hester, where you from, brother?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. I'm sorry.
All right, Ozark. Is there a Waffle House around you?
Just what direction you want me to point?
I'm just saying. I know the further west you go, they ain't there. So I'm asking.
Well, in Arkansas, you can point in any direction and find a Waffle House.
All right, here's what I want you to do,
That and a Dollar General.
and I want you to do this in the morning. I want you to do this in the morning and make a video about it. I want you to go in there and order a single plate all the way. And when they ask you, do you want or do you want gravy and chili? You say yes. It's Waffle House hash browns with the onions, the cheese, the ham, the tomatoes, jalapenos, mushrooms, I don't know, whatever else. And then they put their chili and their gravy on top of it.
You know, I got to finish packing my house tomorrow. I can't sit on the toilet all day.
I'm just telling you, don't knock it till you tried it. That's going to be your favorite breakfast dish from here on out. I'm telling you, all the way. And when they say hey, you look at them and go all the way.
Well, you know, when
As
folks
in,
say
if it's standing in front of you, put it in there. Oh yeah, jalapenos. Yeah.
Depends on where you're from when you say jalapenos. Some folks put pickled jalapenos, which I can't stand. Fresh jalapenos, I'm good.
They gonna hook you up, brother. They gonna hook you up. Just do me a favor. It might not take 15 minutes out of your damn day. Go in there, hash browns all the way. Hell, get them to go. But I'm telling you, everybody says, "Oh, chili and gravy." Yes, chili and gravy. You gotta have it. Gotta have it.
Gotta have it.
So
Well,
we
you
got
know,
a lot of
to
North
work at
Carolina.
Waffle House, you have to know at least 3 recipes for meth. So, you know.
I'm just telling you, go in there and say, I want a single plate all the way.
Single plate all the way. All right.
That's all you get. And when they say chili and gravy, I said all the way.
I'm more
Grabbing for a
of a
week.
Grand Slam guy myself.
I mean, you can go with scattered, smothered, covered, and chunked if you want to, but that's just not the experience. You need all the way.
Good night, Devil
I'm
Dog.
telling you, that's a meal.
Good night, Devil Dog. You grit eating Marine, you.
Good night, brother. But I'm telling you, that is a meal right there. Don't get a double plate. I don't care how hungry you are. Single plate will be just fine.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, do me a favor and try it.
Okay.
Do one of them preachers barbecue videos about it.
I know what it would do to me.
Leave everything on the table. I'll be right back. I gotta go bathroom.
No, I'm telling you, the gravy complements the chili complements everything that's in the hash brown. It's great. I mean, damn it, man, that's great.
The one thing I think is so cool about Waffle House, when you order coffee, you can stand your spoon straight up in the cup. It's that thick.
Yeah, they have to cut it off with scissors. Yeah.
That's military coffee right there.
I don't like stump water, and when I say that, I mean coffee that's just colored. You know.
No, I want it right there in the middle. I don't want it so strong it's like freaking. I can't stand Starbucks style coffee, but I don't want it looking like iced tea either.
Yeah.
Dang it, Jamie, we need to go to Waffle House in the morning. Where you want me to meet you?
Dag nabbit, man. I'm getting hungry thinking.
Well, it could be 4 in the morning or 1 in the morning. It doesn't matter. 6 in the morning. They're giving attitude.
I'm telling you.
But at 8 o'clock in the morning, you ain't gonna get a table.
I can walk.
It's Saturday.
Well, our state's open all the way. You can find a table around here. Is Georgia still partially closed?
No.
No, it's open.
No, there's just so many people at the damn Waffle House.
Well, you got to wait for the drunks to clear out, and then you can go eat.
All right, so about 4:15, Jamie.
About 4:15. Yeah.
Not just no. There you go.
What time do the strip clubs close in Atlanta, Jamie?
Like I would know that, man. You talking to the wrong guy.
That was a trick question.
8 o'clock. They're closed from 8 to 12.
8 a.m. to noon.
I mean, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Oh, thought if an old soldier wants us to meet him up in Parkton, North Carolina. He's ready to eat.
North Carolina's losing Coach K. They don't know what to do. They're like losing their favorite grandchild.
They need some crystals.
Well, really, man, last couple of years, Duke kind of lost their bite.
Well, he still wants to recruit them and raise them to seniors, and that just doesn't happen anymore in college.
Yeah.
They get a scent of something bigger, and they're gone.
Yeah.
I got to say something to Kenny Eagle Eye Shooting. He was talking about making his own beef jerky, beef or whatever. Do y'all know? Are y'all familiar with oh, golly, let me go check my email.
No, I'm not familiar with your email at all.
I don't know your email at all.
Y'all,
but I know jerky.
We the People holsters.
Yeah.
Are y'all familiar with them at all?
No.
I hadn't done any business with them, but I've seen some advertisements and stuff.
I've not done any business with them either. But they have come out with bacon jerky.
Oh yeah, I've had bacon jerky. You can buy it at Cabela's.
And
you know what it is? It's bacon.
No kidding.
For real?
It's bacon.
For real?
It's bacon.
So
yeah.
I'm taking it.
Good. It tastes like bacon.
I'm thinking thought some old soldier ain't had a crystal in a minute.
Well, let's meet up in Chattanooga. That's pretty close to you. It's an hour and 15 minutes from me. Let's meet up in Chattanooga. That's a birthplace of crystal. Of course, you can go 3 miles out of town and find a White Castle, but ain't the same.
No, venison, deer. I got about 25 pounds of it in my freezer right now, ready to make into jerky. And that's sitting at time.
Well, you need to get on it, man, because you might lose it when you move.
Well, I've actually made a deal today. We're scattering the ashes of my nephew come Monday, and
Great, Andy.
where we're doing the wake is at a restaurant where they do charcuterie, or where the guy's a professional chef that does sausages and different things like that. He and I sat down, and an hour and a half later, we'd struck a deal with the 25 pounds of deer meat that I have. He's going to make some of his schmancy sausage out of it, and we're going to do it on the halves. So I can deal with that.
Yeah. Y'all say good night to Andy.
Good night,
Night,
Andy.
Andy.
You Jane Russell loving individual, you.
Where the hell did that come from?
That's still one of the top 5 Uncle Jim chats right there with Andy and Drag.
Yeah, so we got to do something about old soldier. If I'd known that when I met you in Chattanooga, we could have went to the Crystal just as easy as we could have went to Sticky Fingers.
I don't know. Sticky Fingers pretty damn good.
Rock and roll chicken shack.
Yeah, poor old CW don't have no clue of what we're talking about, do you?
Restaurants, sure.
I hope you're not talking about Crystal Burger, right?
Crystals, yeah.
Fresh, hot, small, square.
With lots of onion.
Lots of too many onions.
We're talking about what we're talking about here is an elephant scab with onions, mustard, and some pickles on top of 2 steamed buns, and they make them by the 34, and they'll give you 24 of them in one pack, and they package them in individual cartons.
Or you can go
God
to
almighty, I'm hungry.
You can go to Sam's and buy them and heat them up in the microwave.
I say, Grubhub, bring me crystals. Grubhub,
or some Waffle House.
Oh golly!
Grubhub,
the single plate,
single order all the way.
Single order all the way.
So CW, none of us are going to go crash the place or anything like that. But what's your favorite place to eat up there and where you live?
Well, we got some good places. We got a lot of good pizza up here. We got some good hot dog places. We got some nice restaurants. Some of the stuff that's down there is around here, but not as much.
Well, I mean, we got lots of great places to eat. We're just talking about Waffle House and Crystal.
Crystal Burger. I don't have any Crystal Burgers around here, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, that one I've never seen. Waffle House, I've eaten there.
Crystal Burger comes out of Pennsylvania. Come on now.
No,
Yeah,
It was out of Chattanooga.
Crystal Burger's home office is in Chattanooga,
I
Tennessee.
thought they started in Pennsylvania, though.
Now you're talking gourmet grub, Mike Kester.
Now, that's the only way I like grits, is shrimp and grits. But it's got a real. If you ain't sneezing, it ain't seasoned. You know.
So we need to go to Henry's. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Get your butt over here. We'll go down to Henry's, and I'll have Henry himself serve you up a plate of shrimp and grits. And let me tell you, boy, they will slap you naked and hide your clothes.
Now, October 2nd, you need to be over here for my wedding.
I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to figure out how I can get everything worked out.
And you're going to have some homegrown catfish.
You grew your own catfish?
It won't be my homegrown catfish, but it'll be Susie's cousin cooking it for us.
There you go. So do you have White Castle up there, CW?
Oh yeah.
I might be thinking of White Castle instead of Crystal Burger.
They're very similar, except
when you talked about all the onions, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So the White Castle has holes in their meat, right? Okay, Crystal's a solid little piece of meat. So
they're solid elephant scabs. Apparently, the South gets them first. I don't know.
That might be White Castle I was thinking of that started in Pennsylvania. It's the same basic thing.
Yeah.
They steam them instead of truly grilling them. And
Old Lee says, just stay out of my way after I get done eating them between me and the bathroom.
Yeah, and Kenny said they're not called sliders for nothing.
I'm telling you.
Slide
I
in and
can,
slide
I
out.
can go for a damn steamer pack right now. Come on, Jamie. Let's do it.
There's a couple of them. We got there's Middletown. I don't know about Middletown, but New Britain, Connecticut is Capital Lunch. They're quite famous. And then over in Cheshire, middle of the state, there's another one that's been around. They're both known for their meat sauce. It's not really chili. It's like a meat sauce on the dogs.
One thing that's on my bucket list is a real Nathan's
Yep.
hot dog.
I've been there. Have those. Yep, New
At
Jersey.
Coney Island.
And that's in New York, right?
Yeah, Coney Island. That's in New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Okay. All right. My bucket list is a cheesesteak in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
Done that too.
And I'm going to ride my motorcycle up there one weekend, get a cheesesteak, and ride back.
You ain't going to do that in one weekend.
Oh, yes, I will.
Do you know how far it is up there?
You seen me ride?
Always.
You know, tie that beard.
Yeah, I got some hair class. Stole something from Freaky.
Otherwise, you get your eyes.
I mean,
Yeah.
God almighty, you looking at 18 hours up there?
No, man, it ain't that far.
I don't think it's that far. No, it can't be.
I'll look it up on maps.
don't
Anybody
know.
got any reloaded?
I'm used to going left and right, not
Talking
north
about?
and south, because I ain't lost nothing up north.
Did we lose AR or is he just chillaxing?
I'm still here.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's chillaxing.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here drinking screwdriver.
I want to be drinking the damn cherry Coke and eating the damn order of hash browns all the damn way and take the dog with me.
Cheers, AR.
Yeah, cheers, man.
Here's to you, brother.
I'm gonna get up and cook grits in the morning.
Yeah,
Some grits in the morning.
Dino Steaks
I don't blame you.
is on
Rockies.
Madison
Rockies is the other hot dog place.
Now you're not gonna go instant grits, are you? You gotta
No,
you
Real
gotta
grits.
right.
yeah. I do it different ways. I put the bacon in it, sometimes bacon bits, stuff like that. Or real bacon.
There you are. We're getting the debate going on here. I know.
Damn it. Jamie, come pick me up. Let's go eat. I'll buy.
We're going to Waffle House. We're gonna eat.
I don't give a damn where we go. I'm just hungry, and I don't feel like cooking.
I love that.
Give me food. Hell, there's an
Buffalo wings.
11-pound pork loin sitting in my damn refrigerator. I just don't feel like cooking.
Y'all go eat buffalo wings at Hooters and not have a conversation.
Well, that's down the street.
Yeah,
And if you want to go a little bit further, we got
That ain't-
buffalo.
that ain't 3 blocks from Kyle's house.
Bottom of the hill.
Two dudes can go to Hooters and have a complete conversation without saying anything.
Well, I can tell you this, Marvin. I've walked home from Hooters before,
Because he had
so it
to.
ain't that far. I got tired of waiting on the cab driver. I'm like, well, why am I going to pay him $15? Hell, I'll just walk.
Been many years since I've been to Hooters.
Little
Me
short
too,
girl
man.
comes up and lays them up on the table and takes your order.
I used to love to go eat oysters there.
It's been probably 20 years or better since I've been in one of those places, and it's because of the way I was treated when I was there. It's like the girls that are waiting on you, the waitresses, they're kind of short and snippy because I think it's because of the way they have to dress. And yeah, I just don't think they're comfortable being there and being dressed like that with a bunch of guys googling all over them, man.
Well, then
Last time I went to one, there was more. I think there's more women in there than there was men.
right.
Yeah, Rebel, I'm gonna have to add that to my bucket list too, man. That sounds great.
There's a Hooters in Pennsylvania that does breakfast. I think it's the only one in the whole franchise.
Okay, so
King of Prussia, Pennsylvania.
Are you saying the Hooters does breakfast?
Yeah, the only one is King of Prussia, Pennsylvania.
Well, that brings a whole
Why
new
do
meaning to. Never mind. I'm not going to say it.
Oh,
We're still live. The initials are MW.
I've dated a few ex-Hooters girls, but
I'm sorry, I don't want any cream in my coffee.
not while I was working there.
Idaho's got us figured out, y'all.
Mm. Oh, he's got a lot figured out.
I'm too drunk.
I've met the man.
No,
He knows exactly what he's doing.
That's just
He's got a game plan before he even starts.
Okay, listen. When both of y'all are talking at the same time, we can't understand either one of you.
That's when you tell. I've not been drinking this hand sanitizer you smell.
I know that's right.
Oh,
Yeah, I went. One of my vendors wanted me to meet him there when they first opened up here in Raleigh. They've since closed down and moved out of town. But yeah, that's the only time I've ever been in one. I swore one, and I was single at the time. I'd just been divorced, so that's how long ago it's been. And Lisa and I've been married 18 years. So,
and you know what the main problem with that is? The food ain't got no better in 18 years.
No, the crab legs aren't bad.
I used to like their oysters. That's why I wandered in there over 20 years ago. Way over 20 years ago.
Every now and then you can get some good live entertainment and you can mess around with them enough to make them dare you with handing you a guitar, and then you grab the guitar and you play it and hand it back to them, and they're like, "What'd you just do to my guitar?"
good night, Rebel. Well, we need to start wrapping this up. We got about 8 more minutes, and yeah. 6 year Texan, they have Twin Peaks in Atlanta, but I ain't lost nothing in no place like that. But anyway,
Yeah, there's one right there off the exit that I work on, and I ain't never been there.
well,
I've been to Twin Peaks once, and the gal behind the bar, we were eating at the bar, and I just pulled a Jeff Foxworthy. I said, "Were you born with them?" And she said, "No, I bought them." So,
no, what you usually hear is my ex-husband bought them.
my ex.
Anyway,
No, actually, what you usually hear is, "I'll be back in just a minute with your sweet tea." 45 minutes later, "Can I get a pitcher of beer?" I mean, damn. I'm already done with dinner.
well, sorry you had to run so quick, Kingpin. But when somebody's banging on your door, you need to go see what's going on.
Police.
And hopefully well armed.
There's AR.
I'm sure. There you go. So what we got coming up, guys? What are y'all working on?
I'm
Anything?
going to be casting on Sunday. I got these new molds to try out.
That's going to be some good videos.
And then it's my 23rd anniversary on Sunday, so we'll be doing something with that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Happy anniversary, sir. I'm sorry I'm taking my hat off, but you understand.
I
Check
got to
out.
buy some auto parts tomorrow.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Dave, come on, man.
I can understand that. I was young one time. Long
I
time
used
ago.
to be.
I don't know what shooter girls are in Atlanta.
You don't want to. I'm just going to belay that. You don't want
Good
to.
night, old soldier. It's a different world in Atlanta than the rest of the state. You got Atlanta, which is insane to the membrane. Then you got Athens over there, close to where AR lives, where it's a college town.
It's a college town and everything fucking stupid.
And then
especially the students.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you got
Apologize for my language, everybody.
then you got Macon, which is trying to be Atlanta, but they can't quite make it. And then you got the rest of the state, which is pretty much rural and small town America.
You got Savannah over there on the coast where they all talk like this.
Yeah, but the problem is that's 6 hours away.
I live in
Beauregard.
Savannah, and I sound like I'm from Mississippi.
General Beauregard
Yeah,
saw his.
I say, boy.
I know, man.
That brings me back to my cousin Vinny. The two Utes. Excuse me, what?
Foghorn Leghorn. I say, boy.
I say, boy.
I say, boy, you ain't got the brains to make one earthworm or whatever he would say.
Poor old boy's about as sharp as a bowling ball.
That's right.
Good cartoons years ago.
Oh, you can't make that stuff up, man. That was pure comedy right there.
They took him and what's his name that hunted wabbits. They took him off. Took both.
Elmer Fudd. They took Foghorn Leghorn off.
Foghorn and Elmer Fudd off because they're not politically correct.
The only thing he did bad was put a watermelon around the dog's head and then do a kickoff. That's the only bad thing I've ever seen Foghorn Leghorn do that I thought was out of the damn box. But you mean tell me I say boy. You mean tell me I can't see that no more?
Nope.
I say Looney Tunes.
A man.
We're
What are you gonna do? Whack him in the head with a rolling pin? Yay!
Focus. We got to get out of here and let these people get on.
Oh
with
shit!
their
We gotta
lives.
focus. We gotta focus.
All right.
Focus.
Hey, are you going to be working on anything this coming week?
No, I got to go get some auto parts and do some work on the vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I cook grits in the morning. That's about it.
Well, that can take 4 hours if you do it right.
Yeah, if you do it right. I start with chopped up bacon with mine. So, little hint for you: a little bacon, little onions. Anyway.
Yeah, I like bacon and grits.
Yeah.
Good.
What are you going to be doing, Ozark?
Well, I have my reloading room is officially packed up. Shut up, Kyle. My reloading room is officially packed up and in totes. So, gun-wise, I'm not going to be doing anything. I'll finish packing out my garage, and I'll be ready to go. In 2 weeks, I'll be moving into my new house.
Good deal.
2 weeks from today.
Very nice.
French for backache.
I'll be a
To be
Missouri
continued.
resident.
What are you moving? Arkansas to Missouri?
Yeah. Just across the border. I will be 11 miles from the Oklahoma border and 8 miles from the Arkansas border. So don't rock either direction.
Yeah.
Good night, hobo.
Good night, Mike.
So yeah, we wish y'all nothing but the best, man. I know the Lord's gonna bless you. So
Thank you.
and I went on that. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
So Kyle, that leaves you, brother. You gonna be doing anything this week?
I'm getting ready to cast up a bunch of 12 gauge slugs in multiple varieties. And that's what I'm going to do in the morning. Then I'm going to come in here once it starts getting hot because we live in Satan's colon and load stuff up in the air conditioning. That's what I'm doing.
There you go. So I'm going to try to get up fairly early tomorrow, and I'm still working on this motorcycle tank. We got to get this thing sold and get the family some money from Frog's estate. So I need to do that, but I think I'm going to blow up some water jugs with some 357, see if we can catch them and see if I can get them to expand. And I know those Remington bullets are going to expand. So anyway, guys, y'all have a blessed weekend. thank all of y'all for coming. We had over 50 at one point tonight, and
Good.
good attendance and good participation. Y'all humble us at how faithful you are, and we just look forward to Friday night with you guys. And we again thank you for coming. Check us out on. Well, I might as well not even say that anymore. Check us out on Discord and the Realtors Network. Um, Send us an email at georgiashootingconnection@gmail.com. And we hope the Lord blesses y'all real good. And Lord willing, we'll see y'all next Friday night at the same time. Good
Good
night.
night, everyone.
Good night.